And now back in studio we have joining us Amy Van Wylick. Amy is the National Culture Night Coordinator. Amy, you're so welcome this evening.
Thank you so much, Karen. Lovely to be
here.
So
thanks for joining us. So Amy, how long are you managing the Culture Night?
So I've been project managing or producing Culture Night on behalf of Dublin City Council and previously the Department of Culture, Heritage and the Gaeltacht, now the Arts Council, for 8 years actually. So this is my 8th Culture Night I've run.
So in those 8 years, probably 7 of them were a little bit similar?
Yes, yes. 7 of them were, I wouldn't say that they were repetitive, but
similar.
mean, you were very similar
live gigs.
Yeah.
So what have you got in store for us this year?
So this year, as everyone can see and as everybody has noticed in the last couple of months, has been very different in terms of the approach for cultural venues, opening their venues for physical people to attend. We approached this year's Culture Night very different by going with a hybrid format where we have had we've asked venues and organisers to program events for online consumption and for offline consumption, and that's physical. So we're delighted to have been able to produce a program that is that hybrid, that lives in that hybrid space. And there's so many events. Close to, I think, at this moment in time, we've had about 750 events taking place across Ireland.
So 750 compared with what maybe last year?
Well, it'll never be the same as last year. So last year we would have had 1,600.
Okay. But still you managed to pull 750 out of the bag.
I think it's pretty incredible.
Yes,
and I'm
that you've done
very
that.
Proud of all the arts organisations and programmers and coordinators of having been able to establish that or create that.
And how long did it take you to organise this then, Amy?
So it takes us probably around a year. We work all year round on this. It's been a little bit different this year because the goalposts have changed on a number of occasions, but everybody's been really flexible and very creative in their approach, and that's how we've been able to come to this moment in time.
And what we found today, Amy, is the range of talent and the wealth of music and art and demonstrations and interviews. It's been phenomenal.
Yeah, no, it has been. And it has been also very varied. And what's been interesting that people have really adapted to the situation by presenting content that they would have normally presented physically in their venues, and they've adapted and presented these online. And it's a huge feat for all those organisers to do that and for Culture Night to be able to present that. And Culture Night as well to move into that digital and virtual space, which hasn't happened before ever, and we've been able to tap into new audiences due to that, and it'll be really interesting to see what the statistics will be post-event now in the next couple of days, where we can see how many people have engaged with Culture Night.
Well, that's what a lot of our guests were saying earlier. We've been on air for nearly 2.5 hours now, and they were saying that their audience numbers are up online from last year.
For sure. I'm sure that is the case. So many people have been invited now to experience Culture Night at home and also to participate, and there's so many interactive workshops taking place so people can create something at home. Obviously, it's not the same as going out, but there are venues that we're able to invite or host physical events. What's also been really special this year is we've always had an international program in the mix. This year we've had a new addition, which is Berlin, who put on a really interesting photography exhibition that people were also, again, able to tap into online. And also the Rep Theatre in New York and the Irish Arts Centre in New York, the Centre Culturel in Paris, and the London Centre in London, London Irish Centre. So they've all created online content, which is there now for people to engage with, and they'll be able to engage with it over the next couple of days as well.
Well, it sounds, Amy, that you found all sorts of solutions.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've had to look at this from a positive perspective. And I think this is about the survival of the arts and the arts sector, so we need to work together.
Just prove that artists are resilient?
Definitely.
And creative?
Definitely. Yes, for sure.
And cultured?
And cultured.
And that's what we're here for.
That's it.
Amy, thanks so much for joining us in studio.
Thank you so much,
it's been our pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now some music.